Come on! Reverb. A lot of reverb. That's kind of off-putting. Come on, 26. Gonna get my fix of synthesizers, drum machines, sequencers, and cats. Sorry. Just a bit of fun to start the episode because I can. And because that's what it's about. And if you can't have fun, what can you have? You can have a cup of coffee. That's what you can have. You can have a cup of Grumpy Mule. Quite possibly the most stubborn coffee in existence. Sorry, guys. It's going to be clipping. I know. It's because it's the wrong microphone for what I was trying to achieve, which is why I didn't do it for very long, but I might do that again. So, Grumpy Mule, the most stubborn coffee on the planet. If you wake up and you're very tired and very grumpy, just pour yourself a cup of Grumpy Mule. It's the kick in the face you need to start your day. Grumpy Mule, all the way from Yorkshire. Make sure you get the high and mighty espresso blend version. It's rather delicious. Okay, that's what I'm drinking. Is that okay? I kind of sounds quiet in my head. Am I right? Is that good? Somebody tell me. Levels. Is the snot level? I don't know, but I feel a kind of level. Right. So, welcome. It's Wednesday. It's not the first show of the year. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's all about me. Me. Come on, Jackson. Tell us all about your life. How I haven't fed you. Oh, how is he going to... He's not going to... He's not thought this through. Yeah. Yeah. How are you going to deal with that? You're not, are you? You're going to have to sit there and deal with it. You're behind a beautiful analog sequencer which hasn't had enough exposure on this channel. And that's kind of what I thought tonight would be. It's not the first episode of the year, but it should be considered the first World of Synth episode for 2026. Hang on.
Oh, I do feel queer.
And so should you. We're in the future. It's 2026. Yesterday was the 90s. What happened? Then there was the noughties. Was there? The 2010s. And then the last 6 years, or 5 years. Yeah, I know. Anyway, cheers. I'm drinking coffee. What are you drinking? That is delicious. Delicious coffee. I think I'm falling back in. Not that I was ever out of love with the polyend synth, but I think because of the nature of having a room full of synthesizers, it's totally vibing me out. It's like the back of my head. I can feel him burning into my brain. You need to feed me more. Anyway, yeah, so there we go. So that's what tonight's episode is all about. It's about what's going to happen for this place that we all hang out on a Wednesday and Sunday. For the future, and what you'd like to see happen with this particular format, because this is the one that's got the most legs. I think I love Sundays jamming in Jim Jams, and it's a pleasure for me to come in here, and it's a good thing that I have that. It kind of is a prompt. I go live, therefore I have to play music, therefore I have to prepare something, usually last minute, but, still, and therefore I play music. And that's the reason for having all the synth. It also serves as a playground for the world of synth. But that's not to say I don't normally think about things that are around me and think, wouldn't that be good to do something with? Anyway, like I say, more on that later. Let's get the housekeeping out of the way with. Please drop us a like if you don't subscribe. Maybe you should. Maybe you should. maybe just subscribe. And make sure you ding the notification button. If you're watching this now live, make sure you're on live chat, which is the scrolly thing at the bottom with 2 dots that says comments or live chat. Make sure it's, you can actually reference the chat and then click the live button rather than top chat, which is not anything to do with Top Cat, who, could be that guy. Let's have a look at Top Cat, just because. There he is. Hashtag Team Tom. So this is what we do. Anyway, so do that. The next thing is if you, throughout this episode, I will be requiring you guys to give me feedback, to tell me what it is that you think this channel does well, and also to tell me what it is that you would like to see more of on this channel, specifically the world of synth secrets. I'm joined, of course, by my co-hosts. Jackson is confused. As we have often said about Jackson, he is a cat running dog software. Cat hardware, dog software. And he just doesn't get it. Do you, mate? You just don't get it. Anyway, I think I need to let him out. He's asking to go out. Okay, well, we'll do that. Let's leave it on this for a minute. Let's talk about it. Go on, then. No, that was your opportunity. Are you going? No, he really genuinely does want to stay here, but he's confused in his existence, I think we'll see him try and jump on the table at some point soon. So, my co-hosts, Jackson and Tom. I'm Jason, if I didn't already introduce myself, and we do this regularly. If you're watching this after the event, thank you for spending some time with us, and I hope you find it entertaining and useful and informative. Entertainment is kind of the vibe of this channel, I think, although there is a lot of information and a lot of amazing people who come with extremely high levels of knowledge. Years and years worth. So, so if you've got any questions, not 1, not 2, not even 3, but 4Q before your questions, and I will see that. Anyway, so that's all of that in the way. Let's have a quick look at who's in the chat before we dive deeply into tonight's chat, Minster. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Hang on. There he is. Jackson. Jackson? What is going on? You are beautiful, though, aren't you? You have a face only a mother could love. But I am your mother. And also your father. No, I am your father. It happened. Mandela effect, my posterior. So, there's a rabbit hole. So, let's have a look. Going backwards. Droigon, welcome. The Machines one. Hey, enjoyed your little modular tinklings. That sounded really patronising. I didn't mean that to sound so patronising, but really enjoyed that. It was setting up. Rich Tonal Axis, good to see you. Torsden, good to see you too. Dice Stanton, welcome, sir. Aquatic Borealis, welcome. Luke Magna. Tom, Tracker Jack, Tom. Biscuit, good old. I've got biscuits. I haven't had a biscuit for a while. That's my new recipe for digestive, and it's beautiful. I've nailed it to a tree and put cheese on it. And there we go. Tanith, hello. Thomas Young. Jackson looks disgusted. He is disgusted. And you see that my son said he looks really. What did he say? Like nobody owns him or something. I can't remember. Anyway, it's because he gets wet and then he doesn't groom himself very well, and we have to try and hunt him and pin him down to groom him. He's not for that. Hey, Vert, what's happening? So, if Gaz Williams, hello, yes. Steve, can we get Gaz's latest jam up so I can pin that? I watched that live earlier on. Really good stuff, man. Quasimodal, what a fantastic project that is, mate. I tell you, really, wonderful. It's so exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing that live at some point as well. So don't think that I won't just turn up. I won't. Yeah, you'll know I'll be there. So do that. Let's get that on there let's pin that in there if we can. Let's see who else we have seen looking like Rick. You know, when I put this shirt, wardrobe. Oh dear, I think that's just a bit of something, toothpaste, I think. It gets everywhere, toothpaste, isn't it? You know, you can't be just accidentally brushing your teeth without expecting some sort of juice to go somewhere. I put this jacket on, and of course this is the time of year where a man should be wearing a roll neck sweater. And I am fond. I am mighty fond of the roll neck. So I thought I'd just put this blue jacket. Here he comes. You tosser. You bloody tosser. Go on then. Put your bottom on there. How is it that you've not triggered that? How is it you've not triggered that? I don't want this any closer to this stuff. I put my hand on this. Your bottom is not safe for hands. No. I'm not clearing it for you. He is a recalcitrant child. You're hearing it. He's literally... He's playing the madness. Can you see that? He's hiding it with his fat body. He's doing a good job, though. Cats and theremins, right? It's a thing. Just sit down. Don't point that at me. He needs a trim, what we call a hygiene trim, and he just it's like he's being murdered. I take him into the bathroom and straight away he starts crying. No, you're going to hurt. I was so gentle with him. I usually take E with me as well because she's very good at calming him, but even then he's still like a big baby. So tomorrow we are going to do that, whether you like it or not. It's Friday, wash day. Right, hopefully I've said hello to everybody in the chat. We've got two moderators. I think we've got three moderators tonight. So Steve, Sonus Lucis, and Shroomy, designated by a spanner. They will get my attention if not for anyone else. Sam, are you in the chat as well? We have three moderators, so there's a lot of you. So, yeah, general rules, be nice. We are a loving channel, warm and inviting, and we are nice to one another. We respect people here. So that's the only thing, really. And they will slap your wrists, because they know what the channel's about. Anyway, the theremin skills are actually... Oh, dry gun, you got it. Can you just stay there? I feel... Don't you put it on the soup. Rick Astley, it's the hair as well, because I am in need of... I've not been well the last few days. Since Sunday, I've been off, trying my best to sort of get over this thing. Oh, he isn't. Okay, so he popped up in the chat a little while ago. That's fine. Right. Anyway, so we have... before we start, can I take your attention? Can I point your attention to the question and answer, the Q&A in the chat? It's quite a simple one. What is the one thing, and this is totally up to you, and I would like every one of you who has joined the conversation to answer this question. One thing you would like to see on this channel in 2026. And yes, you can be ridiculous, but I would like you to be realistic about that, and that's not shaving Jackson. I mean, you could say that. I mean, that would be funny, and I would appreciate that. But if you're going to make a comedy answer, please back it up with an actual answer, like shaving Jackson whilst reviewing a TR-808. Very, very, very Alan Partridge. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I think I've got my energy back at last. Today I went back in, it's like, it actually felt good. I was tired, but anyway, right. So, hey, Native VS, what up? Hey, Simon, great batches in the chat too. It's good to see Uncle Chrome. Hello, all of you. Bow ties and synths. Hey, various dispositions. Welcome. Yes, bow ties and synths. Although roll necks, but bow ties and synths is also a thing. I have done that. I used to do that with on Toman. I used to do the end of year awards with a bow tie because it felt like, But I've got some bow ties. Maybe I should crack them out. Anyway, tweed suit for Jackson. Do you know what? In all seriousness, as you heard, that is on my list. It's not maybe for the, but for certainly for props. He had his, which we didn't get you live on the channel, did we? Shaving a TR-808. Paul Holmes. Yeah, that would be a thing, wouldn't it? Hey, the Wookiee, what's up? What do you mean more dogs? Where am I going to get more dogs from? I need to get a dog to start with. You just want more fur in the channel. That's what it is. Okay, hey, Tone Smith, what up? Hey, Studio FX as well. I didn't see you guys come in, so apologies for that. If I haven't said hello to any of you, well, hello, welcome. So there we go. It's this time of the year again when we start shaving the cat with fur. There we go. Yes, your bubba. Yes, your bubba. Yes, your bubba. So, anyway, shaving a TR-8 whilst reviewing Jackson. I think that would be good. I would have the TR-8S. I think I would go for. But yeah, I mean, you know, in all seriousness, would you like to see me with a TR-8? I mean, that's one of the drum machines I could actually. It could, you know, rare is it that I would imagine myself owning a new Roland product. I just don't gel with the brand, and that's not anything to do with what they're doing. It's just me and Roland. I just don't have a connection with them. Love the JV 1080, and I love what else? Some of the older stuff, but again, Junos and Jupiters aren't my thing. Not excited by that. But then it's 80s pop music. That's why I'm not interested in 80s pop music. Half those viewers suddenly just clock off. Oh, he did it. He said he didn't like the Pet Shop Boys. No, I really don't. I really don't. Didn't like Erasure either. Well, they're better. He said they were better. Yeah, it's Vince Clarke, though, isn't it? Yeah. Pro One mastermind. Anyway, let's can we just get? Oh, look at the state of my suit already. No. Look. You're just weaseling your way onto the centre of the... You just want to sit on the synth. Isn't it exquisite? And they're not expensive. And they keep getting updates, you know? See, that's what I'm talking about with synth manufacturers. It's the people that care enough about what they've made to continually update it and give you more value for the money you've already spent. That gets me hot. Anyway, let's do it. You are not alone on the Pet Shop Boys, the Wookiee. They turned up on some thing the other, like an advert or something, and it's just like, oh no, don't bring them back. Not a fan. But then, you know, I'm generally not a fan of 80s pop music. I mean, with the exception of some of the guitar stuff. So early 80s, the sort of more post-punk, I'm kind of happy with that. The sort of quirky pop music. Mid 80s, I think metal. Late 80s, I think, the more... I suppose that's the start of the real kind of electronic boom, isn't it? So some of the sort of more earthy, sort of dancier kind of stuff, but also... Wait. Pied. You're not going any further than that. Oh, look at you. Just got to see that. Look, I'm where I'm meant to be, Daddy. I'm supposed to be here. I am your Blofeld cat. No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. Is that right? Is that the right film? I think I think I equate that to Blofeld, but I think that's the man with the golden gun. If you know better. Right, no one's answered the question yet. Has there? Has anyone answered the question? Let's have a little look. Yeah, oh yes. Yes, sorry. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Brilliant. Okay, that's good. Sorry, I wasn't sure how this works, so apologies if you answered and I just said it. You didn't, and you did, and I didn't see it because I'm being challenged. Oh, I could barely talk on Sunday. This is a lot better. Right. Okay, so let's have a look at the questions before we crack on. Shrinking Ted. Do any of you have any recommendations for desktop synth shelving? Most of my synths are desktop versions. Well, can you see behind me? Yeah, these are shoe racks from IKEA. Now, they don't do this particular model anymore, but they make something very similar to it. And I cannot remember the name of it. But if you type in IKEA shoe rack into your... No, that's not what you want. I mean, you could use that. Shoe rack system. There you go. You will get... Oh, Is that it? Yeah, it's called the Stallman. Oh, no, actually, that is what that is. You can get it used. Yeah, that's good. But both Gaz and I, actually, Gaz was very helpful in this because Gaz lives quite close to IKEA. They were at the end of line, so I bought all this and I put it in the loft for years before actually installing it. But the modern version of it, and you still get these shelves. These shelves are still available, or like something like this. Although I would say they are quite flimsy. 20 quid a pop as well. Elvari. Is that right? Can you just but here we go. I'm gonna give you what, £300? Blimey. All right, okay. Yeah, well, I mean, we spend all this money on gear, right? But this is exactly the sort of thing I'm talking about. Linked in the chat is an option you can have for IKEA. So, I'll come back to that, but remind me of, you know, what have I written it down as? Hacks, studio hacks. Will you just stop it? Stay. Just there. And just be chill with it, okay? You're so anxious, I think. But you're not, though, are you? You're chill, but you, just want something. And you need to tell me you want something. And you can't tell me, so you just sit there with your little face, going you need to... Oh, his little tongue's out. Can you see his little tongue's out? Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. Scrubs, I can eat you. But not really, because you've got... Right, so let's look at the further questions. So hopefully that answered your question there. Shrinking Ted. Sound up video. Nice. How was the snot level? Oh, the snot level was good. It was never about the snot. Sorry, that's what I was talking about, the Wookiee. It was the throat, sore throat, and headache, actually, and not sleeping well in the night, and then sleeping too long in the day. Exhaustion. The Rookie, the secret to your caffeine level is mild roasting. And a higher level... Oh, the secret to your caffeine level is mild roasting. The higher the level roasting, the less caffeine. Oh, thank you. You are a coffee connoisseur. I know this. Is pedal the TC flashback? Yes, it is. And a couple of weeks ago, somebody asked me about using a looper, and I said, right, well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's come back to that. Simon Gretbach, yes. Yes. Let's mention Simon's track. So, again, we've got a lot of people, as I said at the beginning of the chat, who are phenomenal musicians, who are technically. Technically prolific in other areas. I mean, this is very, not necessarily the same person, but we've got a wide range of skills of people here. So usually, if I can't answer something, if you've got a question and I raise the question, somebody will be able to answer it. And we're all about community. We're all about sharing. And knowledge shared is a problem halved. Does that make sense, Jackson? He's doing his Stevie Wonder. Somebody actually said that the other day. He's like Stevie Wonder. It's like, I can't not see it now. Can't not see it. Wasn't me. Anyway, so chuck that in there and I'll pin it. Steve, wherever you are. Stephen. There you go. Thank you. So, yeah, Simon. Now, Simon, obviously, replace pin message. I performed at December, was it October's, if I do this, is he going to fart? I don't know why you like me doing that. You like me sort of massaging your stomach, don't you? I think he does. He's like, oh, just do that. Look. Marilyn's in the chat, ready to see you. He's so massive. You are so massive. So yeah, I know he's kind of doing my head in because he's just a very needy creature, aren't you? What were we talking about before? Can I get rid of you now, or can you just sit there? I stud. Oh, Jesus. How did it end up on that hand? Yeah, so Simon performed, and we went to, and I performed, and my son, my son and my daughter were there as well. It was great. We couldn't stay for till the end because we had to get to North Wales too. It was like a stop trip on the way to my mum's. And yeah, a couple of weeks ago, my son said, "Oh yeah, what was the name of that bloke that played? It was really, really good stuff." I said, "What, Simon?" He went, "Yeah. Can you play that?" So we went back and we replayed your set in the car on the way to football. It was a couple of Wednesdays ago, so that was cool. So yeah, go check his stuff out. It's amazing. Yeah, club ready, absolutely. So I think that's all the questions. Answer: shaving Jackson's jacket while reviewing patch cables is a form of hair replacement. Oh, I like dreadlocks. Stupid question. Obviously, he will. Yeah. Right. So, well, let's get on to tonight's topic of what is Jervis going to do next. So let's have a little look at the... hey, Da Vinci Girl. Let's have a little look at the... Wags, have I said hello to you? Hopefully I have. Marilyn, I saw you come in. I sort of mentioned you, but hello. Right, so let's have a look at these questions, these answers then. So we have got some answers. And the answers are... Wagoo, if you can get me one, I actually will try and make a good sound out of it. Well, let's make a poll. Oh God, that means I have to find a pen. There it is. So I've done this old school way. So review the Akai Timberwolf. My God, imagine that. Actually, I would relish that because I love a challenge, and it can't be that bad, can it? So Steve says instruments and arrangements breakdown of famous electronic tracks. Wow. I don't know if that's a skill set I possess. I'll put that onto pile B. A review of review of the Timberwolf with Jackson sitting on it is definitely something I can do. The Machines won. More Tonewerk. I don't have a Tonewerk. So Tonewerk. I'm sure I can get hold of one of those. I mean, more dogs. Simples. Imagine that. Do I know anyone with a dog? Local. I could... Oh, the neighbour's dog, but that is a very bouncy dog. I think we'd cancel each other out, but we wouldn't. Giveaway. Vert. You've hit upon something that actually I'm serious about. Because that it seems to be it seems to be the best way to grow a channel. Now, because I'm going to write a little note for myself here, because I have in industry contacts through the stuff I've done with Toman, and actually prior to that as well, I've still know people from when I worked in sound control, which is I left at 2004, early 2005. So I mean that's 21 years ago. For those who can do maths. So actually, a giveaway has really been on my agenda. Now, I would like, before I do a giveaway, I would like to get the channel. I mean, I'm happy with the way the cameras work. I'm kind of happy with switching. I'm kind of happy that, we've got Cat Cam 1, Cat Cam 2. We've also got the ability to switch to a computer thing. I'm kind of happy that I've got enough. I mean, the thing is, I'd love better modular cam, but I think I'm going to have to figure out a way of being able to clamp the GoPro here to face, and I have raised. You probably won't see any difference, but you can see more of the modular here because I've raised the shelf and tilted it so that it's flat rather than at an angle. Hey, he's big tart. Let's do this thing with little paws. Yeah. Oh. Anyway, Oh, I'm just going to have to do this, aren't I? Flipping heck, honest to goodness. We can't have a serious conversation. Okay, so giveaways. So giveaways is hugely on my radar because I want to grow the channel and I want to be able to offer more to you guys as well with regards to content. And I'm going to try and get to the point where making content like I used to do, 5-10 minute videos with more in-depth, less waffle stuff is easily achievable and doesn't eat into the rest of my existence. Always so much to do, and I've got a lot of gardening to do. But that's another thing, garden parties. That's something I'm gonna do, but I won't say anything about. So giveaway, yes. Jackson wearing a monocle. Gee, he would suit him. But that goes with the tweed outfit. He's going to need to. He does remind me. He does remind me of Watson. If I had this cat from New, I probably would call him Watson because he's got that sort of. And I think Tom would probably be, Sherlock. If I had to name the creatures, look how chill he is. I think actually Tom's Moriarty. Classic names. Anyway, Rourke's gonna 3D print me a cam stand. Nice. Bit of gardening too. Wait for the freeze to end over here. Yeah, you got to do it now because otherwise things start growing, which they are already. Some stupid. It's not quite cold enough. Oh, Di Stanton. I'm going to come to that in a minute. That's just made me laugh. Gigantic. Right, so Jackson wearing a monocle. Gigantic fluffy suit made of Jackson hair. The shroomy. That was you. I think I'm going to have the oh, I can't really see it. I'm going to have to sort of. Maybe I'll. Hang on a minute. Just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to try and. Oh. Pin this so you can actually see. Oh, it's all a bit dirty. Oh, stop it. And it's always going to happen. Okay, so that's just about good enough. Marilyn's Cat Cam 2. Welcome to Sounds of Cats on Synthesizers. You need to do it, not me. It's too close, isn't it? Sorry, I'm totally distracted. Okay. Yeah, now Rich asks, or says, he'd like to see Gaz and me co-hosting a World of Synths. Oh my God. Yeah, do you know, I think that would be good fun. I think it'd be really good fun. And it would be as chaotic as this, but times 10, I think. I think we'd have to do away with the cats. It would be just too much. And I don't know if we'd be able to do it in here. So maybe we'll do an on location. I'll talk to him about that if he's still in the chat. What do you think, Gaz? Just busting around your place to do a World of Synths. But certainly that's on my list is interviews. And I think that would be a good person to interview. Someone I've known for that length of time. Di Stanton, right? Your final answer to the question: what is the one thing you'd like to see on World of Synths for 2025, 26? Jason, top world Gary Oldman impersonator doing a selection of iconic Gary lines to a Berlin school backing. Di, do you go to Symptoms of Reality? Because I'm going to do Third Ear, and I'm going to pick a track that no one's heard. Maybe I should do that one. Anyway, let's get back off the questions now. So keep those answers. The question is quite straightforward. What is the one thing you'd like to see on this channel in 2026? Put your answers in that now. Come on, everybody in the chat. Let's go back to the chat now. Have I missed any questions? Yes. So we've got... Right, okay. My Logify, have you been to a Faithless concert before or any dance music in the noughties? No, but I've been to... I was in one of the best... I loved the world music in the 90s, and I did go to WOMAD. I can't remember which year it was. There was Trans Global Underground playing, and that was brilliant. Actually got to do workshops with one of the members and founder member of Trans Global Underground, Johnny Singh, which he did dole workshops with this amazing Indian drum, so loud and so amazing. I love Indian music, and that's sevens as well. All about sevens, yeah, not your 4/4 stuff. But is it DJ? No, as I say, DJ Monkey Pilot was there. Loads of really cool. There was someone that did something. And it was one set that just. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was just banging. That was, I think, 19. I'm going to say 19. Oh, 1997. Because I had a toddler with me who turns 30 this year. So I think, not a 30-year-old toddler, but maybe he is. I don't know. Answers in the postcard below. Droigon, idea. Maybe some synth trivia or some kind of synth I Spy game. Something that will get us more educated, because education is fun. Again, Droigon, that's something, I'll write that down as well. Because, so that's a synth quiz. Synth history quiz. Synth history quiz. So maybe synth trivia, synth history. So trivia. I'm going to write all these things down. Yeah. Absolutely. Exactly. Rourke says studio tour. Right. Let's go back to my list. Rourke. That's the top of my list. So I'm going to... What have I done there? I don't know, but it's gone. Why did it go back? Right, let's go forward. So I'm going to put there an asterisk, because we've got to vote for that, which means it'll happen. Right, okay. So studio tour. The thing about my studio is that it is very much designed to perform to you. So the majority of the stuff I use is here, but I have started branching out, leaf it out, over to the second row here. Now that, and this row, disoperational. So I need to do work to have a studio to tour with you, if that makes sense. And I've got some kit that just never gets turned on, and that I'm talking at Akai S9000, S5000, and Casio FZ10M. What else is in that rack? We've seen the Wavestation SR though, haven't we? We've seen that. That's quite fun. Can you stop pressing the keys just because you like it? Yeah, you've got a bloated stomach, mate. I think you've got worms or something. I think that's why you like me doing your stomach, because he's got a nice look. He's enjoying that little massage. Look, I'm just giving him a little tummy massage. He's liking it. It does worry me though. Anyway, hey Homegrown, what's up? Hey Keith in Watford. So, if you've just joined us late, drop us a like. So, okay, so where are we? Studio tour, that's got a vote. Keep answering the questions in there, and we'll come back to those in a minute. Second to that, it would be a really good opportunity to bring in a staff member from the company on or in to chat to. So, another thing I've got written on my... and you can you see this? Right, I'm sorry, mate. We're now in the way. You've outstayed your welcome. So... Just to show you my... Oh, actually, that might be okay. So this is my notepad, and we've got studio tour here, and Lytton on the side with an with a hash mark is interviews. Now, I'm going to take that to my other list, and I'm going to put interviews over here with... brands, because of course I've done interviews with brands. I'm not doing it really weird. It's kind of sideways. Kind kind of thing. What am I? Okay. With brands and artists. Do we want to see artists? I mean, that's going to be trickier for me as a small channel to negotiate, but, you know, I have contacts. So, brands, artists, and engineers, musicians. Yeah, I know. I do know some. I know some great people I could get on here that would actually be really good people to have on. So yeah, that's the only reason I haven't instigated any kind of guest episodes is because I don't have the technology set up for that, and I have got, you know, I'm prepared for it with the Stream Deck, but that needs to be set up so that I can actually utilise everything that's in here. But yeah, that's to come. I'm going to put the studio tour on there as well, because these are the ones that we're going to prioritise over the next few weeks. Okay, so what else have we got? Well, cooking with Jervis. Again, I have this idea. I have an idea. It wouldn't look like that though, but it would seriously be me cooking. Because I bake. I'd like to share my recipe, so that'll be more of a YouTube short. It's a fountain pen as well. That would hurt. I was joking. I wasn't really going to do it. Don't worry. I'm an animal lover. Right. The only abuse going on here is smell. Get off the keyboard. You know, he's done this before. He's closed the screen down, and I thought he's ended the stream. Okay, so... thank you, Rourke. That might be the trick, actually. Or... Shroomi's getting a 3D printer with her birthday money. I just need to find her one. I'm going to pick it up. A second-hand one would be fine. It won't be huge, but I think so. If you could send even the model of it, or the what do they call it, there's a name for it anyway. That might be just as beneficial, and I thank you deeply for that. For the offer. I appreciate that. I really do. So, what are the things you absolutely would not want to do to grow the channel? Synthpotamus asks. You've tried that, you know our dead ends up for growth. I don't know. Let me come back to that. I'm not sure. I'm going to put a little mark on that so I can see it again. And if I forget, remind me to answer that again. Peter Coit, what happened to the Synthy Bikers idea? That's still there. It's freezing. It's not the bike. Well, I mean, I have read, but it's the lack of daylight, and it's these things, and I'm talking about these things outside off the bike jamming. It's all there, and actually, as things go on, I'm fine. I'm doing more work behind the scenes, and I think it's just going to take spring for that one to be actualised. That's going to happen. Hot tub stream, yes, Rourke. That means I have to have a hot tub. That means I have to do the garden first. That means I have to build a hot tub. None of that's impossible. So, Homegrown says, what does Jackson keep his what does Jason keep his dapper garbs fluff free with Jackson? Oh, it's not there anymore. I usually have a lint roller just within art like that. Because, you know, this does happen, and it has happened. I've actually, if you look at, I don't even know which, oh, you swine. There was one video I did for Timon a long time ago now, probably about 4 years. And it was before I had Jackson, or maybe, yeah, and I had Tom and Jerry obviously sadly passed away last year before. Yeah, and basically, I was just his fur was. He came on much like this guy in my face. Came on, stroked, and just sat there on the. But yeah. So yeah, lint rollers, 99p ones from IKEA. Can we get Michaela Strachan on the show for a garden streams in the summer? I'm working on something a bit cool for the summer, I will say. Jamming in Jim Jams, garden edition. What's the name of the guy that the microphone that's in is just his robe? I'm not going to do that, but he's shouting. He's cool. Michaela's still doing telly. I don't know. Wagyu can't use YouTube questions. Can't use, where's that? Oh, lots more. The YouTube question thing anymore. The pinned link is override. Okay, so, I see. Unpinned message. Right, let's try that again. All right. So hopefully, can you let me know if you can use the conversation, the chat? I'd like to see GetJervis using baked beans to shoot down crested water. As soon as you put, I mean, I'm thinking this probably too far, but as soon as you put, that baked bean in your sling, you've squashed it. I ain't shooting nothing down with a squishy thing. Maybe a cover song here or there. Yeah. Well, I like the idea of, I did start one of doing like I've totally untuned it now. I've like taken like a classic sort of song. I was going to play something, but I've realised I can't because it's in a. I can't remember how to play it now. I've caught myself out by trying to think too much. I think it's not enough. Anyway, yeah. Anyway, there's a song that I was going to play though. I can't remember how to play all of a sudden, so I apologise for that. Just a little distraction of my own there. But yeah, I like the idea of taking a song which isn't in one genre and turning it into another. So, for instance, it would have been something like to make an acoustic version of a Pet Shop Boys song, which might actually make sense since just, or taking... Would you... So Vangelis, isn't it? It's not me, it's totally it. Right, I'm going to turn that off because honestly, it's just distracting. So that's a good spot, Tone, actually, and you'll see. I think when we get to the third ear episode, you'll see how broad my palette is for that kind of stuff. Donald Duck, Nam, spill it. I know nothing. I'm not going. I've not been told anything. I'm not involved in anything. So, nothing to say, I'm afraid. Droigon, idea for 26, a vacation week stream at a beautiful tropical island and stream every meal too. Do you know, that's exactly the sort of thing I would do. Unfortunately, though, when I do occasionally go out, if my kids are around, I get the eye roll off Gabe saying, like, oh, God, are you streaming? We're supposed to be going out together. So I've got to probably be on my own. But yeah, if you want to go fund me to a tropical island, I'll take the Mediterranean for that. Or, if language is an issue, maybe, Malta. I'd like to go to Malta. There you go. Then language isn't an issue. That would be good, wouldn't it? A week in Malta with Jervis. Anyway, or Cyprus. I'll take it. Cyprus is my island. Anyway, look, we are very distracted. Parkour. All right, okay. Have we got any Right, so synthesizer aspect of your channel should just grow organically, which it kind of is. Your format and content are very well constructed and super fun. Thank you. I think there's enough heavy content out there, and I mean heavy. I don't mean heavy because that gives a different aspect. But if I was interested in buying a synthesizer, I would watch a review by someone who went in depth on it before. And my content is not generally that in depth. I mean, you just have to look at someone like Lupop for the sort of depth aspect, and his reviews are just, they are the benchmark. Obviously, Sonic State, and I don't know if they're reviewing as much as they used to, but I don't know what the appetite is like for reviews, because it's certainly dropped off on things like Thomann synthesizers. That they're just not interested in doing the reviews the way I used to do them, and I think that's changed to a more lifestyle kind of channel where it's more, I would say, it's more electronic music facing, more dance music, electronic music, techno, drum, bass, those kind of genres. And more DJ focus. It's less about synthesizers, which is why it's now no longer Thomann synthesizers. Now it's Voltage Labs. Anyway, but yeah, I personally think there's still space for reviews that are informative but fun without having to go into too much depth. Right. And I think the other thing is, well, I think that's genuine, isn't it? Because unless you can, you get sent this sort of stuff, right? I mean, and then you've got a deadline of 2 weeks to make a video. So you're going to use it as much as you can, but you've got other stuff going on for sure. So how honest can that review be until you've had it for a while? A couple of months down the line, you might go, oh yeah, that, it just does that so well. So I am a big fan. I like this. I just want to change that. I am a big fan of reviews that are not, it's just out this week, go buy one now, which to me is marketing, right? It's pure marketing. Whereas a review by someone who's owned it and loved it, and I'm going to point to things that I've owned and loved and had on this channel before, and used, thoroughly rinsed, then those are the reviews that I value because they come from a place of experience. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for the compliments and support, all of you actually. Donald Duck, that's the only thing I use AI for, finding sounds that covered in other genres. Okay, so that might be the thing. Yeah, Keith, what about a tightrope walker with the Manai Straights playing the modular? I think if I'm going tightrope walking over the Manai Straights, I would probably use the theremin attached to my thigh, and maybe some sensory MIDI suit. What was the guy from Brilliant? Droigon, idea for 2026, a night of cat music. Put all your synths on the floor and let Jackson and Tom go wild for an hour. That might not be a bad... do you know, that's going on the list. Literally would be cat synth. So, when is there an International Day of the Cat? Oh, hello. Because that would be the day to do it. International Cat Day. Okay. More Jackson. Always more Jackson for you, Cressy. And we do try, but he if he's like this, I'm super chill with it. He isn't always like this. That's fine. You see, I'm in a good space, dude. This is what we like. A night of cat music. That's great. So cat music on the list. Just Jackson to review the synths. Steve, come on. What does he know about anything? Change the MIDI channel, Jackson. Oh yeah, you have, of the wrong thing. Jackson's butt review of synth and groove boxes. Tone Smith, couldn't you work that out with the manufacturers? You get more time, give a real in-depth review. It depends with that kind of stuff, because they often will give you something in advance so that your video is. I mean, I'm not privy to this. I'm not a big enough reviewer, and I don't review really, so people don't generally send me this stuff. Occasionally, I mean, the synth was sent to me to play with, and with no expectation other than to use it and to share, because it's a long-termer, I'm still enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it more than the first week. You've asked me about that synth as well, so I think that definitely has legs. So yeah, ideally, when a manufacturer says, "Look, I'd like to send you this, no obligation to do anything with it, but it'd be great if you could feature it," that's better, because then you're not like, "Here, we're going to send you this. The release date's here. We want you to put your video out there." That would be great. I have done that fairly recently with a module, and actually hit the date. And I was very happy with what I was able to achieve. I had it a couple of weeks, so it's good. 8th of August, 8/8/26. That's when we'll do the cat synth thing. All right, put that in your diaries, guys. Oh, my throat is really sore. I thought I got past this. The coffee's not helping. It's just dehydrating me. All right. Yeah, so having that relationship is definitely better. It depends on, I guess, whether or not they want the item back as well. I mean, you could do a first look video, which I think is more honest. But I'm not Lupop, who obviously goes into... I don't know how he does it. Amazing reviews. But yeah, I'm more entertainment, I think, than information. I guess... somewhere in the middle, infotainment. I did just say that, sorry. Time check, an hour. Google says, international, oh yeah. Tone Smith, some companies are definitely better about that kind of stuff than others. I imagine the smaller companies are cooler. Yeah. But not always, so it depends. Let's have a little look at any further questions, because I'm going to go through my list with you. All right, jelly wrestling for the Glaze Show. Flipping Aquagoo. Honestly, I'm not... Well, I'm not a clown, I was going to say, but I kind of am. So, a gigantic fluffy suit. Okay, we've got that. So that's the only thing. Oh, capes. A distinct lack of capes on the channel so far. Yeah. I think I need to do that. I think it's closed. Yeah, it has. In Glastonbury, which is but a 45 minutes away drive, which I could probably do on the motorbike. That would be a nice little one, wouldn't it? Jamming Moto Synth Adventures to Glastonbury tour. Ooh. Definitely worthwhile doing a little bit of wandering. I think I need a little portable, easy to gimbally thing. I don't know whether I just resurrect my old gimbal and see if I can use it with any kind of phone and just do that, or I have to invest. Well, work with what I have, and then we'll work from there. But I just like the idea of the DJI Osmo Pocket Oz Pocket 3. I think when the 4 comes out, the 3 will be dropping in price, and that might be worthwhile investing in. For those little things, it's a pocket size. You can just even clip it to you and just go for a walk down the high street, and you can capture all those kind of cool things. Anyway, but they sell Viking regalia. That's what the point I was making was not about me walking down the high street of Glastonbury, although that would be cool, is going into a shop that sells Viking regalia and getting myself kitted out. Oh, that's a video. Anyway, I am that kind of person that if I see something like that, I will do it anyway. But it's just getting to that spot. Why hasn't Tom Carpenter sent you a dual stack Colossus yet? Well, again, let's get to my list then. All right, Capes and Canes. Third kitty for 2026. Oh, that would be messy, Droigon. But So when I sat down, and having been ill, I would like to have got something together, but I think this is definitely more useful for me, and hopefully for you as well, that your input is important, and whether that's on a day-to-day or stream-to-stream basis, or it's something you've said in the comments, or something that that you said, I try. I've got a good memory, so when someone says distortion, I'm like, right, we'll revisit that at some point. So I've got that on my list. Plus, Synthopotamus, what did you ask for the other day? Which I've literally locked that away, and it's not coming to me now, but it'll come to me later. But you asked for something, I thought, right, I'll do that as well. So I sat down and I went and I got quite a reasonable list of stuff here, and it's like, you know, have you ever tried a looper? Now, I would like to try and reconsider it if you're around. If you're not around, hey Robert, how you doing? Robert Fat Dust. My lovely, welcome. Then, you know, oh, no worries, Simon, no worries. Yeah, so, what was I saying? Where was I? Nope, it's gone. Excuse me. Gentle reminder, what would you not do? I don't know. Probably some stuff. The answer to that probably won't hit me until afterwards. I thought, oh yeah, that. I mean, like anything, there are extremes in the world of this wonderful community, and I think, you know, I don't want to be too cool. I don't want to go too cool, like, you know, way too cool. I wouldn't do that. I suppose that's presentation style, isn't it? So that's not what I would do. Sorry, I'm just trying to unpick it and think of this. I don't know. There's no answer I can give you right now. Yeah, Robert, you say that you have a few, I used to have a few TC pedals and multi-effects, but was lacking character. I think TC, with the tone print, tried to do too much, and as a result, you're right, it lost something. Good idea, but that was the kind of last of the original company before it was bought out by Music Tribe. These are just from before, but the reason it's on the table isn't because it's a TC Electronics pedal. It's because you can loop, and that was the point. I've surrounded myself with items that I haven't really done. Oh, great! Is that it? Is that gone? Have you just? Oh well. That I've surrounded myself with things that I haven't quite. Yeah. That I haven't done anything with. In a way to perform. In a way that acts as like a prompt. Sorry. It is awfully fun, but it's been sat as a set piece. Obviously, the Poly-N synth kind of got relegated to the side as I was doing other things, certainly with the modular. But this table, it's full of visual prompts. So let's have a little look at that. We've got unexplored items for review. Unexplored. Not used enough. And I'm guilty as hell of doing this. And that wasn't used enough. Although I probably used that more than that. And this thing sounds blimmin' brilliant. So that's good. Also, guitar synthesis. Something that as a guitar player, that is something that I would be. But I would approach guitar synthesis as if I was a synthesist, not as a guitar player. And that is a difference that not a lot of people who do guitar synth, I remember the first guitar synth I was witness to was a Korg one, and it was about 86, 87. And, the Korg rep came in, to the music shop and started playing the guitar. I said, look, you can even play drums on it. And it was like, but why would I want to do that? I mean, it was cool, but really, why would you want to do that? So, playing synth sounds, that's interesting. But, things like, effects pedals, I think that was kind of part of it, effects pedals. And who doesn't love a little Big Muff fuzz pedal, eh? Who doesn't love that? But also, topics that we have touched on, and we have, again, it's like you skim a topic, but you don't go into in depth. So, it's like, here it is, and this is useful. What I think we need to do is here's what it is, here's why it's useful, and go into depth and, start getting a bit of, because it does get a lot of use. This, my step up all my step ups get a lot of use, and it's almost the point that they're used and not ever drawn attention to. And I think that can happen in our world, that we accept things that work without fault, and we don't really discuss them. So I think that's definitely useful. So that gifts for us. I've got, hello, what have we done there? Things like these fantastic books. And if you haven't got yourself one of these books, Gaz is in here actually. Do it. Absolutely do it. There's no excuse. Just get on it. Get yourself one of those. But there's all sorts of things. So, for instance, I would love to get Kim Bjorn on as a guest. So that would be someone I would immediately ring up and say, look, what's your schedule? Can we do, hello? Do you want to come and do an interview? And he's one of the nicest people you could wish to know. Yeah? Sorry, dude. You were chilling, actually, and I just found something that needed to be picked. For those of you watching at home, we've got some questions coming. Why not get Toya on the channel? Completely bonkers, and probably spare some time in between. Yeah, why not, Marky? Have you put your acoustic guitar through the Big Muff? No. SY300 guitar synth investigation. Yes, Synthpotamus. That's the sort of thing I'm talking about. So specific, things. How you feel about subscription software? Bitwig Studio One. I have an issue with subscriptions. It's like, because you never own it. And I know that's like, but once you own something, you don't get the updates. Well, it's tough. So feature lock it. It's fine. Happy with that. Yeah, Jackson's there. Yeah, that's it. Well, I think I've got Bitwig, and I haven't really divin in as much as I need to. Bux.com link. I'm worried about changing that because it'll end the poll, won't it? Will you stop and just sit there, or I'm going to throw you on the floor. Banky style graffiti. You only draw strange pictures of Volkers being sat on. That sounds like an AI mission. I'm going to have to look at yours later. It's such an amazing, just all good. There's no such thing as a wrong answer. Anyway, we are going to sort of wind down because my throat's really sore still, and I need to try and. Did I medicate? Yeah, I did. Right, hey Doommonger. Hey James Dyson. Yeah, well done, Donald. It's probably a good thing. Forget subscriptions, Da Vinci Girl says. Yeah, absolutely. Rental. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. There's enough stuff out there you don't have to. So, I've surrounded myself with things that I think would make good episodes here. So, actually, me spending a bit, again, it's returning to this, having something, getting it out on the channel, and then having it and living with it for a while. And, I am guilty of not utilizing this stuff deeply enough or for long enough. So, getting that hooked up to something would be really good. Getting the Nymphas, which is a fantastic sounding synth. If because it's so beautifully compact, it's got a slightly, confusing hierarchy of layered menus, but it sounds so good. And it's so small. I mean, it's the perfect companion for having a synth sound. Maybe that's what needs to go there next to the KeyStep Pro. Having that providing the chords for that. Although, if it's the same width as the X-Bass 09, stop it. No. These need to come out. They do. I'd like to try the Artemis. I really would love to try the Artemis. So that's the thing. So if there's a synth you would like to see me review or play with, stick it in there. Yeah, Nymphis 2. No, I think actually, Wagyu, I think the Nymphis 2 is the Artemis. I think that's what it is. Certainly conceptually anyway. Right. So studio tour we had, which some of you said. This is my list. Recording tips. So tips and tricks. Cheap hacks. Remember that? That was my Christmas edition, by the way. If you weren't, you won't know what that is. If you do know what that is, then you know what that is. So tips and tricks, hacks, pedals and effects, vintage synths. That interests me. Would you? I mean, again, having the Antonus 2600, which I do need to do something with that, which I'll probably do this weekend. Steve says how to avoid clipping. It's called a limiter, right? New synth, flagship synths. Wouldn't it be good? I can ask. Not always going to get, but that again rotates to Tom's Colossus. I do need to visit Tom, and I think what would be nice is for me to go up there and maybe do a live stream from there. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah. And then I don't have to worry about Tom sticking it at the back of his Porsche and driving it down the M6, M5 to drop it off in the West Country, because I just go to him. Manifold Research Centre Antelope seems my favourite thing recently, and my bank account is sweating. Yeah, Antelope Audio. Is that Antelope Audio? Their stuff's good, but it's not as reliable as RME. I would recommend you look at RME. I've still got my Fireface 800. 20 years, man. Thing is rock solid. It's beautiful. Clock on it's good as well. But yeah. What else is there? Affordable synths. I mean, I kind of do that anyway. That's a natural place for me, because I want to offer you things that you can actually go at. And that's it. That's the juxtaposition of these streams. Is I want you to see me playing with something, and you can go, actually, I can afford that, or I can save up for a short period of time, and it's achievable for me to own this instrument if I want to. But equally, I want to offer you things that are so far out of your reach that they're not even on your radar, And a Colossus is very definitely not on my radar. So I think that would be good value, for you guys. JT12, yeah, quite possibly Mixmaster. But again, with any of the Behringer stuff, I'll probably just buy it. Or have to review it for someone to have it here. I haven't got the space to keep something like that. And again, not being a fan of the Roland sound, I would be brutal. And not because it was Behringer, because it was Roland. Having said that, I mean, that's as close to a Juno as I want to get, and that is bloody close. And that's not expensive. That is, exactly what I'm talking about. That's an affordable synth that everyone can go out and buy. And the second-hand market, just saying, as well. But yeah, Behringer put a lot of features and a lot of value for money in your hands. So, there's a lot to be said about that, for sure, because it is a gateway. It's getting you into the synth world. PS 3300. Yeah, I just go around and see my mate Steve Wilson. He's just bought one, right? The reissue. That would be, I'd love to do that. So I've got work to do. Yeah, comparisons. Would you like to see comparisons? I mean, I spoke to Starsky about this. I really enjoyed his disparate. Is that right? Disparate what did he compare? And I thought, what? Why would you? And it was good. He would compare something like the Base Station 2. No, Base Station. Yeah, Base Station 2, the newer one. What's that? Against the Moog Sub 37 because they're kind of fairly. He owned them, and that was the bottom line. But actually, I like that kind of content. It's like, well, what either or, but not necessarily the same. Not necessarily the same price, because people always do that. I mean, me sticking the Pro 3 against the Sub 37. Yeah, you might think, or the subsequent 37. You might think, well, that makes sense because, you know, they're in the same sort of price bracket. I think the sequential's more expensive now, but anyway. Make more of those money makers in 2026. Yeah, that's what I need. Clip 5 minutes out of your Sunday jam and submit it to Hardware Jams each week. Can't fault that, Wagyu. What if it's a one-box jam? Oh, okay, so I just do the jam in one box, and then, yeah, I think that's fair. I haven't done enough hardware jams, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, can we have a link to hardware jams, please, Steve, so we can do that. Let's have a little look. Questions. Cressy, more carpet cam. Carpet cam. Have I got that? No. Is it this one? I mean, is that carpet cam enough? I need to hang the Wicker Man picture up there. I think, and make his girlfriend look a bit more comfortable. She's definitely not that comfortable, is she? All right, so do I end the poll now? Let's end the poll. Right, any further questions? Add it to the poll now before I pin something else. Fat Dust, the compared Mother Behringer Mogafoga versus Behringer. Yeah, that's an obvious one for sure. And I believe it or not, I've got something like that in the mix because, as you may well know, where the hell is it? It's in my cupboard upstairs. I am the owner of one rather rare and beautiful. It's not even EDP, but it is Electronic Dream Plants NAT, made by the Wasp Synthesizer Limited, which was made after Keith Huggett left the company before it folded. So there were only, I think, 46 made. I have one of those, which is the Nat Special, which needs to be sponged back into life. So every Monday, anyway, every weekend, you get a couple of days to make a jam with your live hardware and submit it, and people super supportive. Tanith has been doing it a little bit, and you actually did you got the confidence enough to do actually an email after that, and I think that was kind of good. I think it's just good to have, you know, your art out there. I don't know, I was terrible for never sharing it because it's not good enough. I just need to make this better, and actually I've got over that fairly recently, and I think it's really good just to sort of present your art and share it, because it's there, and to put it through, oh hello, it's up there, and to put it out through there into there, it's such a wonderful thing, and we're such a supportive lot, and like I say, when you get constructive criticism, it's from a good place, and it's usually very helpful to have that. It's priceless, actually, isn't it? Constructive criticism, it really is. Says Jackson. On that bombshell, can you just stop? I'm not going to touch any more of you. So Hardware Jams is linked there. Who else will we going to... if you haven't already, one of our... I don't know if he's here. Michael, are you with us tonight? The electronic composer who comes in quite often and gives me conundrums like Versace or Gucci, those kind of things. He's got his own channel, and he's going to go out and do a few more sort of ad-libs. So go and subscribe to his channel. And there we go. Yeah, there we go. And make sure you've got the notifications pinned. He did a stream this week, I think, which was quite nice to sort of go and see. So do that. Does the Pope? He does. But he doesn't use toilet paper. He uses leaves. He finds it more natural, as our Lord Jesus Christ would do. He'd probably use sand, though, wouldn't he? Anyway, also, Mixmaster's Discord, thank you, is being pinned there, and he's inviting everyone in this to join. So I'll add that there as well. So make sure you join that if that's your thing. I have a funny relationship with Discord. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And I just find it overwhelming. There you go. So I have my notifications off because I just can't deal with it. So occasionally I'll dip in and out, but that's good. Jesus is a wizard. He can do the magic his clagnuts away. He's not Jesus. He could do in learning from that though. Yeah, what if no one heard him? Exactly. Would it be real? So have we given everyone's Pro 800 versus Prophet 5 was great too. Oh, did he do that? Did he? I mean, it's very close. The Pro 800, that's based on the Prophet 600, which was my first proper big synth. I love that thing. I do need... Oh, sorry. So, Synthpotamus, use simple DIY MIDI CV triggers in a cat toy that emits notes that you have to jam to. Oh, my God, that's a good idea. So I missed some of these questions. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's a mental drum machine, kind of. Okay, sorry. That's it. You played an expensive synth and then tried to recreate it on a stylophone. Actually, that's not a bad idea. And I'm not going to do it on the stylophone, but what I would do with that concept is I would get an expensive synth, of which, I have at the moment. I would create a really nice sound with it, and then I'd try and recreate it on an affordable synth. There we go, an affordable synth. Bring Jackson on a harness to Analog Solutions HQ. He's got a dog. That's not going to work. He's got quite a feisty little beast as well. I mean, JD, to answer the pinned questions, just keep doing as you do. We love you for it. Oh, thank you very much. But yeah, I will do, and I think perhaps part of my natural drive to do more and to do different things is perhaps keeping it fresh. I do not want to be stale at any point. No one likes stale Jervis. Do they? So we've kind of reached the end of it. My throat is dangling. I need a glass of water, and I also need to renew my home insurance before the end of the day. Otherwise, I won't be insured. And let's face it, if I don't, you just don't know, do you? You just don't know. So I'll do that today. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your kind words. It does really mean a lot to me. Nearly 2 years doing this now, and it's thoroughly enjoyable. And I think it gives me momentum and encouragement to come in and jam on a Sunday and to create interesting things and to try and come up with interesting ideas that I think you'll enjoy and you'll get something from. So thank you for your continued support of this channel, both the cats and I and my team, who, you got to say thank you, Steve. Big thank you to you. Big thank you to Sam and Shroomy for coming in and moderating the chat and being enthusiastic the other side of it. You don't see that, but they're always there. And, really, really appreciate their hard work making this as successful as it is as well. So thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. We love everybody on this channel. It is an inclusive channel where Jackson can just sit there and be himself. Look, I see that little face. This is... he's just dropped one. Okay, that's enough then. All right. So, as we say each week, and we really mean it, be good to yourselves and each other. And we'll see you around and about for the rest of it. I've got to figure out which one of these to tackle first. Maybe we'll do a truncated version of the studio before I rebuild it, and I think we can then go back to part 2. Right. Anyway, time out. So, thank you very much. Right? Let's all get naked and run into the sea. Now, there's the thought. Let's get this back on then, shall we? To this sound. Yeah, links follow. Princess Network on a Friday. Check out that. Popcorn night straight after. Can we have some Synth Samurai in there as well? Some love for the Sammy. I know he's not probably on the... I watched his third ear. Really, really good. And yeah, popcorn night. I need to do more of that for that as well, for them. Right. Be well. We'll just do this. Do we? Just do that.